Hi there Star Wars collectors, and welcome to another Bosk's Bounty video. So, week 9 of Bring Home the Bounty, the final week in fact, and we have 3 figures for the vintage collection to check out and discuss. So before we get into this, please hit the like button and also let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I'm pretty sure a lot of you are going to have a lot to say about 2 of these figures anyway. Alright then, so all 3 of these figures are exclusives, which means all 3 of them are going to be repaints, and 2 of them are of the same character. Alright then, so first off we have ARC Trooper Blitz. Now this is the 3rd and final ARC Trooper from the Rancor Battalion. Now I say final because as far as I'm aware we will not be getting Hammer, at least not in the near future anyway. So Blitz joins Havoc and Colt, who were revealed in previous weeks of the Bring Home the Bounty, and looks just as you would expect. The figure is using the ARC Trooper mould that we first saw in the ARC Trooper 3-pack, but with the yellow colour scheme that Blitz was seen in the Clone Wars. The figure looks to be using the standard clone head for this one, similar to Echo and Fives, and has the yellow off-centre stripe on the helmet. The card back looks kind of plain to me. Looks decent enough, and this time uses a nice blue for the name pill and the panel behind the figure. And as with the others, it has the 20th anniversary of the Clone Wars logo in the corner. This one again will be a Walmart exclusive and will be available for pre-order on the 14th of December at 1 PM EST, or if you're in the UK, 6 PM GMT, and will be available at all the usual places including Star Action figures. Next up we have 2 Target exclusives, and both of them are Boba Fett figures, so beware of the Boba Fett tax. Both are repaints of the Return of the Jedi Boba Fett, but this time are based on his appearances in the Marvel comics. In fact, both of these figures were revealed on the Marvel website, which is a bit odd. So for anyone wondering if Hasbro would bring the publishing figures to the vintage collection, here they are in all of their glory. So first up we have the vintage comic art version of Boba Fett, and this is obviously how he looked on those vintage style comics, so the paint scheme of the actual figure is a little bit dumbed down. I've got to say I'm not a massive fan of the way this figure looks, but of course that is basically how he looks. You can see him on this awesome card back. This one's all about the card back for me. You can see him there, that vintage style comic, flanked by Bosk and Dengar. You've even got the little speech bubble there, that comic book style speech bubble with "Now the Bounty Hunters" written in there. So for me, this one is all about the overall package, which of course the vintage collection is famous for anyway. A lot of people just keep them on card, and this is one that is definitely going to be kept on card for me. I doubt that I'll open this one. And then next up we have the comic art edition version with his blue-green hue palette inspired by Boba's appearance in the 1990s comics. Now I've got to say I much prefer this colour scheme of the figure. I think the figure looks awesome, and it reminds me of Jodo Cast, which is the guy that sort of pretended to be Boba Fett. He painted his armour in the style of Boba Fett to imitate Boba Fett, and it reminds me of him a little bit. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check out Google, search for the Legacy Collection Jodo Cast, and you'll see exactly what I mean. So this one looks a lot better. However, we do not have an image, unfortunately, for the card back of this one, so I'll be interested to see what the card back would look like of this. Bit of a shame, but of course, check out my social medias in the future, and as soon as we do get that image, I'll be sure to post it. Alright then guys, so that's all of the information and images from today's reveals, the final Bring Home the Galaxy of the year. I don't think we're going to be getting any more reveals now. I think that sort of ties everything up for the Vintage Collection and the Black Series, actually. I don't think we're going to be getting any more reveals this year as the year closes. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I'm sure many of you are going to have lots to say about those Boba Fett figures. Talk about rinsing a sculpt. We have had so many of those now, but it was going to be pretty obvious that that's what they would do. As soon as they spent all that money on that new Boba Fett for Return of the Jedi, it was only going to be a matter of time before we got loads of different versions of Boba Fett using that sculpt. And same with the ARC Troopers as well. I don't know how many we've had now, maybe 9 I think it's up to now that we've had using that sculpt. I do like the ARC Troopers though, but you know, I think that's plenty for now anyway. So thank you to my Patreon supporters and channel members. Your support means a great deal to me, so thank you so much. And also everybody watching, if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please hit the subscribe button and hit the like button on your way out. Thank you so much for watching, and we shall see you on the next one.